All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Qadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS and the Akim, which is word of truth and in sincerity. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushai. This is Brother Rawchaa. So, something I've been watching is this show called La Cabeza de Joaquin Murrieta. It's a show on Prime, um, uh, um, um, Amazon Prime, and I'm on like episode 5 right now. Man, it's a good show. Any brothers that are interested in like the history of of the Mexican American War, and what was going on during those times. Um, which the story Joaquin Murrieta. It's that this is what Zorro, the Zorro story was based off of, because this man, he was actually getting gold, and trying to return it back to his people. And that's one of the reasons why Esau took over this land, California, which is currently where I'm at right now. They knew there was gold here, and how they took it over. Shows right here. Um, Shows how this was all part of Mexico. This all this land right here. At one point. And Esau, when you look into the what was going on during the Mexican American War, Mexico was actually in within their own war, their own civil war. So when this happened, hey, this was a wicked war that Esau started, and that was to take over all this part of the land. So they took over most of this land because they knew there was a gold here. They wanted them riches. There's another uh, um, more like historical video I watched, which is it's pretty good. Um, but yeah, so what one thing I got out of this is this Greaser Act that was passed in 1855. So I'll just read some of it. So the Anti-Vagrancy Act, also known as the Greaser Act, was enacted in 1855 in California by legalizing the arrest of those perceived as violating its anti-vagrancy statute. The law is sometimes referred to as the Greaser Act because the law uses the word greaser found in Section 2 to refer to individuals with Spanish and Indian blood. The end of the Mexican-American War in 1848 was marked by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which resulted in Mexico's cession of the Southwest, leading the United States' acquisition of California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. As elaborated by Latino History and Culture, and Encyclopedia, Euro-Americans were eager to solidify their power in region they had just taken from Mexico, and thus began to construct a legal and economic system to develop the Southwest. California underwent much development during the late 1840s and early 1850s, especially due to the economic boom produced by the gold rush between the years 1840 and 1850. Some have characterized the sentiments of this era as being a consequence of the economic development. For example, scholar Leonard Pitt has described that nativism was born in the months of 1849 and early 1850, when mining enterprise was most individualistic, government most ineffectual, and immigrant most rapid. So I'll skip down to get to the point. So the Anti-Vagrancy Act, um, how it affected Jake, as well as laws of its time. Much of the foreign miners tax kept minority groups out of the growing mining economy by restricting and controlling the laboring bodies of minorities, and claiming that labor and productivity would serve to reform idle individuals. Some scholars have argued that the Vagrancy Act is an example of internal colonialism because this law was an attempt to reintroduce the peon bondage system with which provided cheap labor to the ranchos that existed in California prior to the Anglo immigration. This is an example of how Mexicans were nevertheless subject to the laws designed to deny them subject to the law to deny them the privileges and statues of whiteness based on their working class position, complicating how race and citizenship were understood in the region. So this was basically laws that Esau passed to further put Jake in the subjection. What does it say in the scriptures? Unrighteous dealings. This is Ecclesiasticus 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. How has Esau came and got this land? Unrighteous dealings. Passing laws. Going back on what they say they would do. Going back to the Native Americans, saying they were going to do certain things to help them out, but they went back on everything that they said they were going to do. Riches got by deceit. How did they get the California? All them mining that gold, uh, um, them gold mines. That had that gold rush in California. Hey, they were all got by deceit. When the Mexican American War happened, hey, they were in a civil war, Mexico itself, and then Esau came in and capitalized on that. So this is John 10:10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. Hey, so that's how Esau he comes through. He kills, he steals, he destroys. Hey, that's how he did with Jake. They were raping the women. Taking their land, hanging Jake, and that's how they got this land. But what? Because they got it by deceit. Hey, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Hey, so the Lord's gonna come and bring this place down. Hey, and the kingdom's gonna be translated to back to Jake. Because hey, this land wasn't got, this rulership wasn't gotten righteously. They did everything in wickedness. And hey, so the Lord's coming back to restore righteous rulership to his people. So yeah, that was it. Just something quick, just something that I got from watching this TV show, and I thought that was just a good little piece of information to bring out. So, yeah, Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, Bahasham, YAHAWASHI, Bahasham, Qadash, and double honors to the apostles and the others at GMS and the Ahtham, which is word in truth and in sincerity. And shalom to the elect and a Bible ball, Shalak Nawat, Shalak Ram to Babylon. And Shabbat Shalom.